Hello recommenders, here is Romeo from recommendationbook.com, and today I'm gonna make the review of the Cimo Tomahawk School number 2. But before talking about the folder, let me talk about recommendationbook.com. Recommendationbook.com is a social network to promote everything you love with recommendations. So check it out, recommendationbook.com. Now let's go to the review. This is the Cimo Tomahawk, is the tactical folder from the Cimo. Cimo is a Brazilian cutler, and there is no box today for this folder, no box, no blister, because this folder was borrowed to me by someone, which will remain anonymous, because I don't know if the person wants to be seated on the video. So well, let's go to the review of the knife. Let me give you some close-ups to the knife. Here's the blade, a more pointed drop point. Here are the screws on the handle. I'm gonna talk about the screws here in a minute. Now, specifications. Here is the Cimo. Let me show you here. Cimo. Tecnologia a fio means edge technology. Sorry for the light. Tecnologia a fio means edge technology. Cimo is a brazen cutler, and here is the Cimo Tomahawk School number 2. The lock is a liner lock. The steel is stainless steel, type not informed by Cimo. The handle is steel liners with aluminum handles, type not informed. The steel liners and the type of the aluminum is not informed by Cimo. The blade hardness is not informed by Cimo. So basically you have stainless steel with steel liners and aluminum handles, aluminum scales. The weight is 4.4 ounces, not very light, not very heavy. The size, their overall length is 7.7 inches. The blade length measuring from here to the tip is 3.3 inches. Let me give you a comparison with a normal big pen. Here in comparison with a normal big pen is a normal size folder. It's gonna be okay for small and medium size hands, but I think it will not be very comfortable for people with big size gloves. So now let's continue with the review here. The initial sharpness, the blade did not came very sharp. The blade came with a burr on the edge. The edge came like that. So I resharpened the blade, and now let's see the sharpness. Let's see the edge it took. It's more sharpened at the belly. Let's see if the tip is sharp. Well, so that's the edge that it can take. The corrosion resistance of the stainless steel is very good. The easy sharpen is going to be very easy to sharpen. The blade center, let's check the blade center. To the right, let's check for blade play. You can hear that. There is a tiny bit of blade side by side to side blade play, but no blade play upside down. The hardware here, let's talk about the handle here. The handle here, I cannot tell you the quality of the screws of the handle. I had another Cimo folder, the Cimo Healer, and the quality of the screws on the Cimo Healer were not a very good quality. So I assuming that these screws here are not a very good quality too. but I cannot tell you the quality of the screws here. I will not mess with them because it's not my knife. But I think the screws are not a very good quality. But I cannot tell you with sure. The ergonomics of the handle, no. From 0 to 10, the ergonomics are a 5 out of 10. The clip here creates a hot spot. It's not terrible, uncomfortable, but no, it's not super comfortable too. It's a 5 out of 10 for comfort. The linear hole, there is no linear hole on this knife. There is space on the handle for the 4 fingers. Like I said before, if you have small size hands or medium size hands, it's gonna be okay for you. The cleaning inside the liners, it came very clean inside the liners. There is no holes to save weight on the liners. No holes to save weight. The deployment, the opening method is thumb stud. Very smooth deployment. The detent is not very strong. You can open with inertia. Let's do it again. You can open with inertia. So the detent is not very strong. Now, can you flick this knife? You can flick the knife with a lot of wrist movement. With a lot of wrist movement, you can flick the knife. The clip is right side tip up only. Let's see how much appears on the pocket. This much here is going to appear on the pocket when the knife is on the pocket. So it's a not very discreet carry. Not very discreet. The screws on the handle are very shiny. The clip is very shiny. So a not very discreet carry. It's easy to put in and out of the pocket. Easy to put in and out. Now the utilitarian application of this knife here. Well, the deployment is easy. It's good for piercing. There is a piercing tip. The belly, there is a belly for slicing. The clip is good. The handle is comfortable. The action is smooth. It's easy to open and close with one hand. Easy to open and close with one hand. It's not super lightweight, but it's not very heavy also. So the utilitarian application is okay. Now the tactical application of this knife. Well, I like the blade shape. It's a more pointed drop point. There is a good balance between a Persian blade and a Wharncliffe blade. It doesn't have a very strong lock. Not very strong compared with the Triad lock. And it doesn't have a very super fast deployment. I consider a strong lock and a fast deployment the two most important things on a tactical folder. It doesn't excel at anything, it's just the most normal folder you can think of. Some time ago, I used to think that the wave feature was mandatory for a tactical folder, but today I think that a non-waveable knife is easier to pull out of the pocket in the closed position to be used as a kubaton. So today I see non-waveable knives as better than waveable knives. Although it doesn't have an amazing flicking action, it's also not very stiff, so there is less chance of cutting yourself when opening too fast in a self-defense situation. The clip will allow for easy deployment of the pocket, but it's not very discreet. Now I don't think that the skull theme is a very good idea. It serves no purpose other than cosmetic, and will only serve to make it look like if you are playing in self-defense. The black blade is not a very good idea too. I think the coating will scratch off and will only make it look like more badass which is not a good thing if you end up in court. So the tactical application is okay. Now it's very common folder, a very normal folder, has the most normal lock, the most normal deployment method. It's a very normal folder, nothing too crazy about. Now the final considerations, the price of this knife here, it costs around $16 on Brazen websites. Now the conclusion here, is a very okay folder. Now what Cimo could do to make this folder way better? I suggest Cimo start using the same 440C that they use on their J412 folder. If the blade was setting, there was no screw chimney. And by the way, there is the same model without the screw chimney. But if the blade was setting, there was no screw chimney, screw thumb, and it had an assisted flipper with the same 440C from the J412 folder, then it would be one of the best folders from the Brazen market. And by the way, just think here, it cannot be used to flip the knife. If you're wondering about that, just think here cannot be used to flip the knife. Just here is just a guard. And another thing about the clip here, I don't like that the clip has only one screw to hold the clip. I would prefer it has two small screws, because with only one screw it can develop play. As it is right now, it has no play, the clip has no play, but I would prefer it has two small screws instead of only one screws. But it has no play on the clip right now. So my suggestion for Cimo is make a real flipper with a setting blade and 440C too. Then it would be a very good folder. Well, it is recommended. In the way it is right now, it is recommended. Yes, it is recommended. It is an okay knife for the price. Well, so this is it for the review of the Tomahawk Skull number 2 from Cimo, the Brazen Cutler. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later.